What's up, everyone? It's Matt Morozic, and I figured I would do an unboxing and review of the Merlin Models Studio Scale slash 148 scale AT or AT-AT kit that I just got in. This will be for a client project in the future, and this is the exact same kit that Adam Savage did an unboxing in one of his build series on, so it's that same kit. I have opened it, but I really haven't looked at the parts too much, but the few parts I have looked at are fucking fantastic, so I'm excited for this one. I've always wanted to do Star Wars stuff. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I've yet to actually do any Star Wars modeling because everyone hires me to do superhero stuff. But this is really cool. It came in yesterday. These guys that run this company are actually local to me. They live within 20, 30 minutes from me. They do some nice work. They got some really great stuff on their website. So check them out on Facebook, Merlin Models. They do have a website. It's all pre-order or waitlist stuff. I know there's a waitlist for the AT-AT. But let's unbox this thing and take a look at it because from what I saw initially, it looks really, really nice. So it comes in a nice shipping box with the protective corners on it. I'll probably have to pause this and take everything out to look at it. But I do need to do a parts check because someone had made a comment that they received theirs and they were missing a few parts. So I'm going to do a parts check today. But as with most high-end model kits, it comes in really nice black foam. All the cutouts and everything. So, like I said, I did open this last night just look at the first few parts, but no instructions. But I believe there's instructions online. But it does come with a packing list for all the parts. So I'll go through today, and I'll do a parts check. What's nice, not only do they give you a list of the parts, but they give you a digital rendering of each part. Now, there's a green sticker next to them, which leads me to believe that the factory has done a parts check to make sure everything's there. But it's always a good idea to go through and do your own parts check. There's a cut here that's just for me slicing the tape on that second inner box to get this open, but everything's labeled very nicely and it's looking really good. So if you go to the Merlin Models YouTube channel, you can kind of watch the progress and the development of this kit. They go through like the building of the prototype and their process of going through this. I think the kit is about $1,200, somewhere in there, which seems expensive, but I think once you see the quality of these parts, I think it's money well spent if you're a Star Wars fan. But I'm just going through this real quick to show you all the different renderings of the parts, and that's what it looks like when it's done. So, parts checklist, and then a picture or a rendering of what the AT-AT looks like when it's done. So I'm going to do a couple just close-up pictures of the parts here, and then I'll unbox everything, and we'll do some tighter close-ups. But you can see here, everything is nicely packed. Everything's got custom foam cutouts. So if I open this part, this is probably going to be a leg part, my guess. And there you go. Super clean. So they did the print. They printed their master print was printed by them. And I forget the printer they used. Dang it. I think it's an EPAX. I want to say they use an EPAX 3D printer to print their master parts. So, yeah, so they did all the cleanup and everything, and I believe they sent that master print off to a factory to have molds and castings made, just to kind of give you an idea of what they did. So like in here we have some metal parts. These are probably for the cannons, either the chin cannons or the side cannons, I don't know. But here's a good sense of the size. So here's the head. That's the top of the head. And these are the only parts I looked at really. And here's the bottom of the head. So here gives you a sense. So this is considered studio scale. Now, studio scale is a general term for any model that was used for filming. So it varies. A studio scale could be 1/24th, which is a common scale in Star Wars. It could be 1/48th, which is this, roughly 1/48th scale. It could be 1/12th scale. Some studio stuff is 1/20th scale. So studio scale is a general term for a filming model size. It doesn't mean that all studio scale models are the same scale. So they're not all 1/24th. They're not all 1/48th. They're all based on the filming model. So from what I understand, these guys did a lot of research as far as in development, making sure that the parts are as accurate as it can be to Empire Strikes Back. And again, this was 3D printed by these guys in their own studio. So I'm sure if I go in here and scrutinize really, really hard, I'll probably find some maybe some little support marks here and stuff. But if they know what they're doing, which I believe they do, all the support marks and stuff that are anything that's left is in an area where you wouldn't see it anyway. So sometimes you can tell from a kit like the orientation of the printed part. So my guess that this part would probably be orientated if this was the build platform like this. So from this corner and print it up. So the real trick and quality is the post-processing of the 3D printed parts, because that translates to all the castings. So I'm going to pause, I'm going to unbox everything, and we'll take a look at everything, and hopefully I can get it back in the box the way it came. So, because again, this is for a future date, but I just want to kind of show you how this comes packaging wise. This looks like this is the back end of the body. But again, I do need to unbox this. I need to do a parts check. This looks like the back, like the butt part. I could be wrong. I have to look. But super, super clean from the initial look. Really, really nice stuff. There's like a little patch job here from the factory. Nothing too major. Clean that up. Again, it's a model kit, so you got to build it. It's not going to be perfect. Even the highest end quality kits need work. Here's some more metal parts, probably some for the cannons or maybe for some pistons on the legs. Don't know, I'll have to look. But so I'm going to pause, get everything out, unboxed, and then we'll take a look at the parts closer. Okay, so it took me about an hour, but I got it all unpacked, and I did a parts check. So, a few things. If you get this kit and you're going through the parts list, I went by the pictures. So everything in the pictures is in here. It's a little confusing sometimes because obviously the pictures aren't to scale. So like these little teeny tiny parts, the pictures are really big. So just be aware of that. I am missing 2 parts according to my part list. I should have 12 of these guys, and I have 8. So I need to reach out to Merlin Models. And these are little tabs that go inside the body to accept other parts. So they tab inside the body, and then the other parts have corresponding tabs. So it looks like it's supposed to accept magnets. So I guess you can magnetize this to a certain point if you want to light it or add an interior. But overall thoughts on this kit is excellent. Very, very good. All the parts look great. Quality is on par with some of the best kits I've seen. I've seen a few build-ups of this already, and they look fantastic. There is no listing for the metal parts in the parts list, so just be aware of that none of the metal parts are in the parts list if you're doing a parts check. It says 180 total castings per kit, 63 unique parts. So I'm not sure what that means. So it says STL file, 63 unique parts. I'm not sure that means 63 STLs and then 180 castings. But anyway, it's very high quality. I'm not going to show you every part because it'd take a long time to show you every part. But from what it looks like, all the legs have gears in them. So you pick the pose and you lock it into place. I'm assuming that if you don't glue anything together, you can unscrew the joints and reposition it if you want. As with any painted collectible, I highly suggest against reposing things because good chance that you're going to scratch paint and chip stuff. But this is a very impressive kit. So let's come into some of the more obviously detailed parts, like the underbelly of the AT-AT. And everyone says AT-AT, so I'll say AT-AT. But this is freaking seriously impressive, man. Really high quality, very nicely done. I've got a little cleanup here and there. Again, with any kit, there's going to be a little bit of work. But it's very, like, from what I can tell, minimal. Again, I don't know, like, as far as screen accuracy, how this is, because the ILML guys would go in and kit bash all this stuff. So I'm sure anyone who was a hardcore like Jason Eaton, who builds stuff from scratch, could identify some of these model parts from model kits that were available in the 70s and 80s. Because that's what they do. They go and they, like, this looks like a hatch to a submarine. These are little bolts to probably car kits. They use a lot of ship models, a lot of tank models to kit bash this stuff. So you'll find engine parts here and there, engine blocks, carburetors and things. But very nice, super high quality resin. I can tell the resin is very nice quality. Here's the back plate like I mentioned before. So you can see the holes here. Those line up to the little tabs that I was mentioning here. So I'm not sure if they designed this so you can add magnets and you can take this apart. Again, there's no instructions that come with the kit. So I have to go online and look at instructions. So I'm not going to try to fit any of this together because there's just no way to fit it together. But I just want to go over the quality of the castings and the parts. But I can get a brighter light. You can see how sharp this is. It's really, really good. My initial thoughts, I'm not seeing any indications of 3D printing. So their prints were really, really good, or their post-processing was really, really good, or both. Just really super nicely done. Let's see what else. Let's look at the body. It gives you a good sense of the size. So this is the body, obviously. This is the butt end. This is the head end. And there's also some detail on the inside here. So there is no interior in the body, and there is no interior in the head. I'm not a scratch builder, but you could go to town and they're adding an interior, making some of these panels open and stuff like that. If you're hardcore, it actually wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be too difficult to add an interior to the head. Like I said, there's corresponding holes there. You see the 4 holes and the 4 holes on the head, and they line up perfectly. So technically, if you wanted, you could probably add an interior and make the head removable and have an interior there. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not sure how often you would do that, but the option's there. Adding a light to the head, just have a red glow, would be relatively easy, I think. Let's look at some of the other finely detailed parts. These are the side cannons. Very, very nicely done. So yeah, really, really great castings. Tons of metal parts, pistons, screws, things like that. The majority of the parts are for the legs. I would say everything from here over are for the legs. Here's the underbelly part. Again, super, super nice. This is a solid piece. Here's a little, we can call them toes for the feet. Nicely done, nicely detailed on the underside. So you got this nice kind of great looking thing. Everything's geared, so the neck is geared too. So you can pick the position of the head and lock it into place. So everything kind of comes in, and you pick the position, screw it into place. So if you're looking to the right and down, you can do that. So it's all geared. So now, I actually thought I was missing some other parts, but I wasn't. It was under the cannons under the chin, because they're all labeled as polyurethane material. So they're in these little bags right here. So if you get this kit and you're looking for the chin cannons, the parts are in here. They're white, so they're a white polyester, not a gray. And there's 4 parts in here. There's the barrels and then the barrel cover. So if you get this kit, that's where they are, because I thought I was missing more parts. But from what I can tell, I'm only missing 4, and it's these little gray tabs. But really, really high quality piece. Looking forward to doing this in the future. So this is gonna go into here like this, obviously. If I can get it, let's see if I can get it to go in. Hopefully I have it going the right way. That was helpful. So it looks like there we go. So it slides right in there. That fits very, very nicely. And it's resin, so I may have to do some heating and bending in here to get things to fit a little bit better. There's a little bit of a gap on this side, but again, maybe it's just not in all the way. Let's see. I don't want to drop it, obviously. That would suck. So I bumped the camera. There we go. It just wasn't tabbed in all the way. But man, super, super nice. That's just killer. What a cool kit, man. So Merlin Models killed it on this. So yeah, like I said, I think the retail on this is $1,200. I think there's a wait list right now. I also think they were offering a lit base. You could buy a lit base as an option, an acrylic base, if you just want to do something simple. I think we're going to do your traditional snow base on this. We talked about adding a snow speeder to it, a 1/48 snow speeder. So got to talk to my client when we get closer, as far as if we're doing a crash AT-AT, a walking AT-AT, what we're going to do with them. Because I also have to ship this thing to New York when I'm done. So I'm hoping that by the time it's all put together, I can make the legs removable and pack those flat, pack those easier, and the body and stuff. So shipping will be challenging, but really, really nice piece. And I think they have a couple of other kits available, like an X-Wing. I think they're doing a Slave 1. Not necessarily a Slave 1, but it looks like a Slave 1. They called it something else, but there you go. Lots of resin, lots of parts. I think for the price, you're getting a lot of model for your money, considering the quality of this piece. So, yeah. Although it's not cheap, 1,200 bucks. I think for what you're getting, I think the price is about right. Because you would not find a traditionally sculpted kit this nice and clean for that price, I don't think. But there's my review, unboxing and review this kit. I've got to box it up now and put it back in the stash for later. But there you go. There's my unboxing and review of the Merlin models. Studio scale 1/48 AT-AT or AT-AT kit. I want to show you the side cannons real quick too. These are really nicely done. So yeah, I mean these are the chin. No, sorry, these are the chin cannons. The other ones are the side cannons. These go underneath the chin. But really cool piece. So I'm excited about this one. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.